on to color 3, which is kitchens. And this is the transformer. And kitchens are warm, nurturing spaces associated with food preparation, community, and sustenance. And these are environments where transformation happens. So if it's a left arrow, it is wet kitchens. And these are lush, humid, or water-rich environments that feel nurturing and fluid. Moisture supports your alignment. I always think of like a New Orleans like restaurant kitchen. It's kind of like what I think of with like a wet kitchen. And on the flip side, we have right, which is dry. And these are drier, more arid environments that feel crisp and clean. Dryness supports your clarity. And so it's kind of interesting because kitchens are about transformation. So it can literally be a kitchen, but it can also be a laboratory, crafting studio. I have a friend who has dry kitchens and he's a metal worker.
Your computer station.
Yeah.
Is your kitchen for it's a place of creativity, the ultimate third line creativity. Remember, the profiles begin with 3 and end with 3. The third line is the manipulative, the adaptive, the transformer, the changer. It's in the keynote here, the transformer. What are they transforming? This is a synthesis of material things, a synthesis of people coming together, not coming together, coming together and then getting kicked apart. All of that is being cooked up in the kitchen. So the kitchen is this overall catch-all keynote. If your environment is kitchens, wherever it is you do your work, wherever it is you put things together, wherever it is your best thinking is going to take place, or that spot where you're going to know you're at ease, it's going to resemble a wet kitchen. So if it's your computer station, you got stuff everywhere, literally. And if it's right dry, it's more cleaned off. It might still be a mess, but it's only paper. There's not drinks everywhere and this and that and maybe even in the kitchen. A diner that just hurries up with everyone's custom breakfast in the morning. You know, they make it on the spot. You're wet. You've got all your ingredients literally dripping and waiting to fall on it, and you don't mind. And the grease can stay on and move over here. And this, if you're dry, you're in much more control of all of that. And there's always a little bit of flour handy to dry the surface off and make it right. It's just a drier thing. It's literally, you'll see it in the wet and the dry of them. So we're water. We're mostly water. And this is the transformative acknowledgement of that, is really what this is. So let's acknowledge that human body in their wet place, water world, one way, shape, or form, or on land, dry world, one way, shape, or form. And in so doing so, it's going to transform and make stuff. And it's going to concoct things, and it's going to synthesize this with that. And relationships will be made here. Babies get made in the kitchen, they get made potentially anywhere, but I'm just saying things are bumping into things here. So it's a place of not just mutative transformation, but it's a transformation of a woman's womb from flat into a big round belly. It's like, it's all transformations.
When you're baking something, your wet ingredients and your dry ingredients, like it's really that simple of like, if you're mixing things together, sometimes you mix dry stuff, sometimes you mix the wet stuff, sometimes you mix them together. But yeah, that just makes a lot of sense.
The dry person's always wanting their hands dry when they're working with the wet. The wet person doesn't really care and has a hard time keeping the dry stuff dry. Or cares a little bit less, shall I say, and that,
Yeah, I imagine somebody like manipulating clay and like making a vase or something like that.
Right. And the wet person wants that clay through the water, because you do water work with clay. And the other one says, no, I'll dry it out. I'm going to do it differently here.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.